For a long time, it seemed the death of our local independent bookshop was somewhat inevitable. Last year, it was reported that the number of independent bookshops on British high streets had fallen below 1,000, a third fewer than 9 years ago. It came as bookshops in general faced pressures, as physical book sales were also hit by the switch to digital. But it appears there may be some good news for fans of indie booksellers, as the rate at which they are closing appears to be slowing. Oxford Street Books has been in Whitstable's town centre for more than a decade, but its current owners took over a bit more than a year ago. Well, when you come into this independent bookshop in Whitstable, what strikes you first is how different it feels from big chains and retailers. For instance, what makes this one particularly unusual is that each room is individually decorated to match the books it has within it. For example, this room has a selection of music books as well as art books, and an area where people can sit and enjoy their reading.
We actually try to focus on things that are a little more obscure, so things that you're not going to find when you go elsewhere. So that's a variety of first editions and so on, older books, but also new literature, international novels and so on.
We believe in independent shop. We love Whitstable, and we a great support of independent shops, and I think we believe that the Oxford Street Bookshop will flourish.
According to the Booksellers Association, many pressures have been named responsible for the closure of indie bookshops, including rising business rates and rent, and competition from ebooks and online retailers. But some believe the tide may be turning.
There definitely is a trend. I mean, we see a lot of young people who come in, and young as sort of 12 years old, who are starting to collect books. And I think really that books are probably the new vinyl. People have grown up with the digital age of things, and they're now looking for something that's a bit more hands-on.
According to the Bookseller, there were 32 closures in 2016, which was significantly fewer than the 2 previous years. And many remain optimistic that perhaps the worst is over for independent bookshops. But to see if the tide has really turned, we'll have to wait until the new year, when the latest Booksellers survey is due out, for which early reports seem to suggest the number of independents may have gone up. This is Louisa Britton for KMTV in Whitstable.